Hey guys, today I'll show you how to use the Q Plus doing the breathing measurement. So let's get stuck in. First of all, we need the Q Plus itself, logically, and we need the black cable for the pulse wave measurement. And we need to connect the cable to the Q Plus, of course. So we need the back plate to open. Then we have the jack plug, which goes directly into the hole, and we need to turn around the Q Plus to get into Bluetooth mode to be able to connect it to the cell phone. Turn it on and let's open the app. The app is the so-called Biosign HRV, stands for heart rate variability, so HRV app. And inside the app we have the so-called breathing test, which is 1 minute of inhale-exhale maneuver, and this according to the speed which is shown inside the app itself. So if we click on the breathing test, then it tells me to connect the Q Plus. I turn it into Bluetooth mode, so go ahead. Connects with the Q Plus and directly gets into this screen showing us how to exhale and how to inhale afterwards. A certain speed, and we need to get connected with a pulse wave signal right onto the ear, and now it starts to show orange dots according to my heart rate. And after it found it, we can see the pulse wave signal down there. Yeah, right now I'm not very synchronized because I'm speaking to you guys. That's why my heart rate is going weirdly up and down. So I'll do the measurement for a minute and first of all start to groove myself into this breathing rhythm. And you need, if you do this measurement, try to be in a relaxed position. Try not to breathe calmly. It's not a gentle breathing. It's really a lot inhale, a lot exhale to really get volume into the lung and to empty the lung to have a big increase in heart rate and of course a big decrease. So let's get started. Well done. 1 minute breathing, and the app turns directly into the results, showing this circle where you can see in which percentile you are according to either down the left side, the tone means the heart rate itself, average heart rate over the test, into flexibility means the difference between exhale and inhale, so expiration, inspiration. It's the difference in the heart rate, so the maximum heart rate after inhaling and the minimum heart rate after exhaling. And the dynamics, last not least, the most necessary part, the dynamics are showing the parasympathetic nerve. The RMSSD means root mean square of standard deviation. So these three tell us whether 50th percentile means the average of same age, same sex, and 100th percentile is the best part of your age group, and of course 0% means the minimum, the worst parts. We can put on show previous values depending on if it's your first test or if you had done tests before. So if I press it, I get additional information, seeing the orange one, which tells me that I'm slightly worse in my tone because I'm doing a video podcast in English, not my native language. Therefore, I'm a little bit excited. That's why my heart rate is a little bit higher. Nevertheless, the flexibility and the dynamics are pretty good. So the parasympathetic work is good and my parasympathetic nervous system is doing its good work. So I turn it off and let's get into more details about this measurement. So that's the overview. If we swipe to the right side, then we can see the maneuver itself. So we see the up and down according to my breathing. So when I inhale, the heart rate goes up because the sympathetic nerve is contracting my intercostalis, so that my muscles which are there to open my chest to inhale. This leads to an increased heart rate, and when I exhale, I release the tension in the muscle. The parasympathetic nerve is doing its work to bring my heart rate down again. And the bigger it is, the better it is, because we have a high up and high down, and the more flexibility, the better it is. If it's just slightly or gently going up and down, then you should really work on your nervous system, especially on your parasympathetic nerve. Swipe again to get the current values and related to the average of my previous measurements. So current values means this is compared to same aged, in my case, men, means in flexibility, belonging to the top 8% in my age, and the dynamics at top 99% of my age. So at top 1%, of course, it's belonging to the best. Whereas the tone is under the 50th percentile, means I'm below average. So that is my high heart rate due to the video podcast. The average previous means how good am I according to my last tests, and there we can see that I had better tests. Logically, excited. Swiping again to the right side is giving you some ideas how to get an interpretation of the test. Normal findings, very good parasympathetic function. Yeah, that's what I expected after hard work of years of breathing. And last not least, we can see the current values, just some data if you're interested in. More interesting is on the down left side, the bars with the arrow going up, where we can see the different measurements from past months, past weeks. You can type in whatever you want to. You can compare the flexibility, the dynamic, whatever. So feel free to just press around and get a feeling for. As long as the curves go up, it's better. If the curves go down, it's not so good, except the heart rate, of course. The heart rate should go down over the time. X for getting back and swiping back to my picture, which is nicer. Then on the downer left side, again, we have the three dots with the needle going up and down, which is my performance center, where I can see how these three parameters are according to my previous tests. So am I in a good status? Am I in a bad status? Performance 116% means today I'm better than usually. My tone is a little bit less than usually, means less in this case means my heart rate is higher, so my tone is at a less status, means beyond 100%. Flexibility more, dynamics more, perfect. That's how it should look. If we swipe to the right side, we can see how much standard deviations I'm above or below my previous measurements. Of course, if you just have 2 or 3 tests, doesn't make a lot of sense to see it. But if you have for long term, months, years, then you have a really good measurement and you see in what kind of status you are. If we have the voice sign down there with the 3 dots inside, you can make a comment. For example, I'm doing a video podcast. That's why I'm excited. And if you watch afterwards your previous test and say, oh, why had I such a bad test? This was because of the video podcast. Okay. And then you have the curve last part where you can just swipe through the breathing. Might be interesting. I'm not very interested in this curve. Never mind. And last not least, you see the PDF sign on the down or right side where you can export your measurements. For example, if you're working with a coach and he or she is interested in the results, then you can easily send it via PDF and then we can have a look at this. So that is the breathing test, 1 minute breathing test. And for the next time, we're doing some different tests, some different knowledge for you about heart rate variability, how to improve your parasympathetic nerve. And I wish you a good day and see you next time.